I make this video with some trepidation because after that video about trauma in mice and social isolation, a lot of people were very insistent that I need to be offering solutions here. But I'm a drug writer with a background in biochemistry. My wife is a therapist focused on trauma, but she doesn't do that work over TikTok. And trauma is a really serious thing. Personally, I know that cannabinoids and psychedelics build new brain connections and actually cause neurogenesis to happen, new brain cells, but I can't in good conscience recommend that to people. I've seen underground therapists without training offer psychedelic therapy to people with PTSD, and in one case it was a veteran, and it sent him into a year-long terrible spiral that was awful for both him and for the therapist who was helping him. And if you're dealing with serious trauma, you need people that know how to hold space for that. They don't have to be credentialed, but there are elders in our communities who know how to hold space for this. But you need an elder or a credentialed person who knows how to hold space for serious trauma before embarking on some of these things that I might mention. My other caveat is that I enjoyed how many people in the comments said I found isolation is the solution for me and what I like best. I'm glad they found their own path. I mean, hell, I've been here in France for 3 years now, and I barely have a friend, and I'm not really missing it. I think everybody has their own path to a fulfilled life. So for the therapies I've heard about from people out in the world, or I've read about or heard about from my wife, there is trauma-informed therapy that is specifically focused on trauma. There is CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. That's what the military uses as their standard when doing psychedelic therapy, which is on the rise. There is EMDR, that eye motion one. My wife isn't in love with that one, but I do hear about it helping a lot of people. Of course, there is attachment therapy, and then there is somatic experiencing and other kinds of body focused ones. And the idea that the body holds on to trauma and stores it, and it can be removed that way too. There's that classic book, The Body Keeps the Score, about that. There's also, of course, art therapy, yoga, and meditation, mindfulness. But even meditation, that can be quite triggering for certain people with trauma. Recent research has shown it's not a cure-all for everything. None of this stuff is. So one of these paths might be helpful for you. Just make sure you have someone good to walk it with you. And just saying lots of luck and lots of love from here.